Hey everybody. Well, I was going to do a video outside, but it's been raining all day and the wind is howling. So I have to set my truck once again. Um, this, I get a lot of comments. Oh, you don't need this, you need that in your bug out bag, and perfect example. I was talking, prepping items you need more of. You know, I was naming some medical stuff. And there's some people, oh, you don't need all that. You're not opening a hospital. And then talking about, you know, if I said, if you bug out on a bike with a cart behind you, pull behind cart, or a garden wagon, you put your stuff in and pull behind. Um, you need some tire patches and a little air pump. And people say, oh, you don't need that stuff. That's just a waste of time. There is no rule book in the preparedness community. And if you read a lot of comments and you look at a lot of other channels and their videos, they are trying to form a rule book in prepping or bushcraft or homesteading or survivalist. Each individual preps for his or her own needs, what they think they're going to need in order to make it through an SHTF situation. My needs and what I think I'm going to need to make it is going to be different from you. There's no rule books. I get these comments, and it's like they're indoctrinated into it. They're brainwashed. In a SHTF situation, the government forces are going to come in and take everything from you. If we have a major SHTF situation, like the economy collapses, an EMP, something like that turns our world upside down, there will be no police out patrolling because they're going home to their families to protect them. The military, you will have a lot of deserters in the military leaving to go protect their family. Now, what you will have is like these mercenary groups like Blackwater. They're not called Blackwater anymore. I don't know what they're called anymore. But you're going to have groups like that. The government, these elites they're private armies, but they're not going to come all over the country. They're going to be in certain areas, and most likely that's going to be in big cities like LA, Chicago, New York, DC, Miami, the big cities. And mostly it'll be where the ports are, because they're going to control what's in the ports if anything does happen. So there's no rule books. I mean, when I make these videos, I tell you what I have and what I'm going to need. And if it fits you, use it. It's cool. But if it doesn't fit you, don't try to throw a rule book out stating you don't need it, because who is that person to say another person might not need a tire patch kit, or might not need sutures, or might not need snares, or, who's to say? Nobody has the right to tell anybody else what to set back, how to prep, what to prep for. And if you notice, a lot of channels do that, and a lot of people who comments on these channels do that. It's like they're trying to control what you have and how you do it. it goes back to politics. If you don't believe the way the left believes, if you don't believe the way the right believes, you're wrong. And that's the way the preparedness community is getting by some people out here on YouTube. There's no rule book. You prep how you feel you need to prep. You set back what you need to set back. And the ones worried about government troops coming in and taking everything they own and hoarding people into FEMA camps, you watch too much TV shows. You listen to too many fanatical YouTube channels. In a major SHTF situation, like I said, economy collapse, America goes belly up, an EMP, something, something major like that, that's nationwide, not just from state to state. The military will, yes, we might have a few military that stays, but a majority of them is going to leave to take care of their family, just like the police force is going to. Because number one, they're not going to put themselves in danger nowadays. The people that I'm talking about nowadays, most people go into the military for a paycheck, and they're not going to work for free. They're not going to put their life in danger for free. It's not like the old days. We're talking modern times. So people are not going, like the police officers, they're not going to go try to rob people, take people's stuff away from them, because they know they're going to get shot at. They're going to be outgunned. They're not going to do it. They're going to take care of their family. But if somebody is trying to tell you you have to prep this way and you need these items and you have to do it this way for this event coming up, there's no rule books in prepping. That's just indoctrinated fanaticism trying to creep into the preparedness community. You prep for what you feel you need to prep for. If you need a box of 100 sutures, get a box of 100 sutures. If you think you need 2 or 3 air pumps and some tire patches for your bike, your mountain bike or your carts or something like that, then get it. If I had a mountain bike and the boys had, they got their own bikes, but if we were bugging out with bikes and pull behind carts, I would have a couple of air pumps, and each one of us would have a tire patch kit. A tire patch kit on the bike, because it's just, if you're using it, you're going to eventually get a flat tire. So what is the harm in carrying a small tire pump and a small tire patch kit? I don't see anything wrong with it, but people are just so brainwashed. They think you need the latest, the greatest, and the modern, and no matter how much you have prep, you're going to lose everything because the government's coming for you. The hordes of marauders are just going to swoop in like a tidal wave and take everything from you. Don't listen to people like that, because they're brainwashed. They're brainwashed by these stupid TV shows. They're brainwashed by these. Their corporate funded YouTube channel to, I think the elites have their foot on YouTube, and if you notice, if you've come across some of these channels, they're ran like a corporation. You have to do this. You have to do this. You have to do that. You can't do this. You can't be a free thinker. You have to believe our way or you're going to die. You're going to perish. There's no, absolutely no rule books in preparing for a SHTF situation, because you're going to have to prepare for yourself, your family, your area, if you're bugging in, if you're bugging out. There's so much coming in, and you're always changing. I am constantly changing items out in my bug out bag or in our bug out room, you know, constantly, because if I have to leave my home, I can't take everything with me. I can take a majority. So I want to take stuff with me that I'm definitely going to need. And sutures, they weigh hardly any. Hell, I can probably fit 12 in my back pocket of my jeans. But if you're out, let it be in the mountains, the swamps, the desert, the forest, wherever, you're eventually going to get cut by a slip of a knife, a hatchet, a sharp rock. Something is going to cut you where you're going to have to get sewed up. So if you don't have sutures, I know I'm going to hear people, duct tape and super glue. Yeah, that works. I've used it. But you're going to have to eventually get sewed up. So what's wrong with having sutures in your bug out bag? I mean, most people carry a snake bite kit. They carry Benadryl because you're going to have allergies. You know, you pollen, you know, ragweed, poison ivy, poison oak. If you get snake bit, you know, Benadryl helps counteract it. Have you guys seen these comments, these people who leave these comments? And these other channels that it's like a corporation. You know, they're trying to push a rule book onto us in the preparedness community. There's no rule books. The only rule is do what you have to do in order to survive. Get the items you need that you think you need for you and your family to survive. That's the bottom line. That's the golden rule. Do what you have to do and get what you think you need in order to survive. You know, you can watch 1,000,000 videos and you might pick up 1 or 2 things from half of them, because the rest of them ain't worth a crap. You know, it's creeping into the preparedness community. You know, it's the preparedness community starting to be almost political. You know, you have to believe what a person says or you're wrong. You know, and that's fanatics. That goes back to my other video. Fanatics. But, like I said, do you guys agree or disagree with me on these people who's leaving these comments in these other videos? Do you guys think there's a rule book that should be for the preparedness community? Me, I don't think so, because everybody has different needs, different expectations, different wants, different desires, different everything when they're planning for an SHTF situation. So, you know, for these fanatical, corporate-minded people who goes from channel to channel telling people they're wrong, they need this and they need that, shut up. Nobody wants to hear you. Nobody wants to read your comments, because most of us delete your comments anyway. Leave people alone and let them do let them keep what little freedom they have and prepare the way they want to prepare. Sorry this video is long. It gets under my skin with these corporate fanatics, you know. But tell me what you guys think. And everybody, be safe and have a good day. Bye.